Hello everyone, my name is Amanda and welcome back to another video of the Plenty Mandy. First of all, y'all, the hair. I know it's where we think. I haven't been getting a haircut since last December because of obviously, you know, the COVID situation. So, but I finally get a haircut appointment 2 weeks from now. And bear in mind that I actually booked it like a month ago. So it's actually took them almost 2 months to fit me in. But I'm really happy that I'm finally gonna take care of this. So I don't look like a crazy person. And I swear, like, my hair only grows thick. It doesn't grow long. Like, it has been the same length forever, but then it just keep getting bigger and bigger. But yeah, I think it'll be interesting since I'm gonna cut it very soon. I'm just gonna leave it down for this video, you know, just for fun. So yeah, all joke aside, all side talk aside, so welcome back to the part 8 of the Hoya Foliage Favorites series. And if you guys have been, you know, following up on the series, know that the first Hoya Foliage Favorite video, I was talking about one of my favorite like characteristics of Hoya's leaves, which is like big round leaves. And this time, I think I'm gonna talk about my absolute like the best favorite characteristics of Hoya foliage, which is green succulent leaves Hoyas. So now I know, or at least from what I heard from people, that this is kind of an unpopular opinion that, you know, I'm super into green succulent leaves Hoya that have like minimal veinings and maybe just like plain green and succulents. Most of, you know, the collectors like kind of really enjoy the veiny or splashy or like, you know, the more you know, special looking Hoyas. But for me, I cannot resist a good old just green succulent like Hoyas for multiple reasons. So number one is practically, like, the succulent leaves Hoyas are much easier to care for than like the thinner leaves variety. And secondly, green just have a really authentic quality of plants. Like when you think about plants, you think of green. And also there's like different shades of green too. Like there is like the really like dark inky green, which is my absolute fave. There is like the lighter green, there is like the lime green, or mix of like all of the green. So, you know, to me that is just like a quality that drawn me in the most. So that's why I personally really enjoy just like plain green succulent Hoyas leaves. So due to the reason that this is literally my favorite characteristics of Hoyas leaves, and also I'm a hoarder, it's extremely hard for me to oh, hi Fiona. See, Fiona wants to come here, Fiona. Here. So due to this is like my personal favorite you know, characteristics of Hoyas, and also like I just hoard them. It took me forever to pick out like which top 5 is my favorite. Like I was debating for the longest time, like I have the last 7, but then I just, you know, it just really hard. It took me like literally 30 minutes to decide that, okay, which one do I like the most, you know? And then I picked 5. So I'll show you which 5 green succulent leaves Hoyas are my favorites. So, like I said, when I choose the 5 out of the 7, like, you know, the final list, I decide that I'm going to go for the one that it's like a little bit more uncommon, so we can all learn some new species together, instead of the more common one. For example, like I just love the plain green Canosa. That's just, you can't go wrong with a plain green Canosa, right? So it's like really fast growing, like really easy to maintain, and I just really like it. But I decide that maybe I should introduce you guys to something that is a little bit more uncommon, or share with you guys a little bit more like the rare the rare species, and that's the reason I picked this 5 instead of, you know, the other one. So the first one I want to show you is this guy. So most of you will remember this tag. This is the Gardino tag. And this is a Hoya seductor or seductor. I don't know how to pronounce it. But anyway, yeah, I got this from Gardino Nursery, and formerly this plant is known as Hoya pubicalyx white dragon. So it was considered as a variety of pubicalyx, and it's called white dragon because the flower is like they're all white. They're so gorgeous. I'll put a picture somewhere so you guys can see it. But yeah, so this guy have more like a lime green, like a lighter green leaves, and it's like super succulent. It's like thick. It's really juicy and thick if you can feel it. You can see there's like a new leaves coming out here, and this guy just has like shooting out this like long vine. So I just kind of like, you know, clip it up because it just keep going up. And yeah, the reason I really like it is because, you know, I really like the long, elongate shaped leaves, and this guy is extremely fast growing. So I know that it doesn't consider as a pubicalyx anymore, but one of the characteristics of pubicalyx is that they're really easy to maintain and fast growing. And this guy is like totally live up to its former name, because I got this at maybe like a 5 or 4 leaves plants, like back in, I would say, August, like a couple months ago. And, you know, I put it next to a grow light, and it just has been like popping out new leaves and leaves and leaves, and I barely like do anything to it. I water it maybe at most once every 7 days or 10 days, and it just keep growing. You know, no problem at all. I just, you know, really adore this little green succulent plants, and I cannot wait for it to give me those beautiful white flowers. So yeah, so this is the first one, Hoya seductor, formerly known as Hoya pubicalyx white dragon. All right, so the second one, it's also it's still considered pubicalyx, but it's like a cultivar of pubicalyx. And this is the Hoya's pubicalyx jungle garden. So when I first saw this plant, I thought it was a canosa cultivar because of its like rounder leaf shapes. But when I look up, you know, some information and did my research, I found out that this is actually a pubicalyx cultivar, which is really surprising. So now this guy have like really cute pink flowers. I think I'm gonna try to put a picture somewhere. And yeah, it's just really easy to grow, and it's really fast growing. As you can see, like, you know, there's like some new grow right here. And what fascinates me is, you know, I really do like the canosa because of its you know, rounded leaf shape. But I also really like the pubicalyx because it's grow really fast. I feel like this guy is kind of like the best of both worlds because unlike other pubicalyx cultivar, this one have like a rounded leaf structure, which is, you know, I really enjoy that, but it's also really easy growing like the pubicalyx. So this is my second Hoya favorite of green succulent leaves. This is the Hoya pubicalyx jungle garden. So I got this plant on Etsy from Teresa, you know, my favorite Etsy shop. I think I did a video, so I'm just gonna put it somewhere if you guys haven't checked it out yet. Yeah, so I got this from Teresa, and I think this is not the easiest to find cultivar if you're into pubicalyx cultivar, but yeah, once you get it, it's just super easy to grow, and it's just super easy to propagate. So if you have a chance, definitely check it out. So it's in Necker, and it's nothing is Necker life, and you can see the roots are all like coming out. So yep, Hoya pubicalyx jungle garden. Yeah, I know we have some splash on it, just a little bit. So cool. So the next one I show you is a Susan Schwarzfager cultivar. So she actually created this cultivar. And I love this plant so much that I have 3 of them. and they are all from Susan, like Coco Ranch Hoya. So if you haven't checked out Coco Ranch Hoyas, you should check it out. It's just cocoranchhoya.com, and but I have to say that it's a little bit hard to catch a restock because once you restock, it just, you know, will be gone in like literally minutes. So, but yeah, you know, just check it out and see what she have to offer. So this is the Hoya Dr. Ibok. All right, so I used to think it's propaganx, ibok, or ibok, or whatever, but when I actually look it up, it's actually propaganx, like Hoya's Dr. Ibok. So it's basically like a word play. It's like mean I'll be okay, you know. So this is this is Susan's Wax Faker cultivar, and I just love the light green succulent foliage with really minimal veining. And I really like the leaf shape as well. It's like, you know, a little bit longer, elongated. And this guy is also super easy growing. So let me see if I can show you. I think there's some new leaves. Yep, this guy right here, new leaves. This guy is super easy growing. Like, so this, like I said, this is one of them. I have a big mama plant. I'm just too lazy to unwrap it from the shelf. And then I have another similar size plant. I know I'm a hoarder. This is the kind of thing that I do. It's like if I like a plant and it's grow well in my environment, I would get multiple of them. But yeah, regardless, really easy going. It's just really beautiful. And I really just like the long leaf shape. Yeah. So talking about Susan, I'm gonna show you my fourth favorite. Not like it's like my number 4 favorite, but like, you know, the 4th one that I'm showing you today. And this one, I actually talked to multiple people of this species, and I got some very underwhelming feedback on this plant. Is like people think that this plant is nothing special. It just, you know, doesn't do anything for them. But I have to respectfully disagree because this is literally one of my favorites. I know I say it all the time, but this is one of my favorites. If I have to pick, like top 2 out of this 5, this will be number 1 or number 2, all right? And this is the Hoya's diversifolia. So as you can see, it's actually have grown a lot. So when I first got it, again from Coco Ranch Hoya, it has like maybe this many leaves, I think, like the bottom. And then as I put it under grow light, it starts giving out all these new leaves. And you can see that the new leaves are much darker in color, even though, you know, it's already have grown out and mature, and in comparison to the old leaves. And now it's mainly due to the light. So I noticed, like, basically for all my Hoyas, the more light I give it, you know, the more color it actually has, and it also come up with the splash, a little bit of splash. But yeah, so I really love this leaf, and the leaf size, it's pretty sizable as well, because if you look at this one, right, it's like almost like my palm. So this is the diversifolia. So yeah, like I said, I just really enjoy the dark green color. So this is my favorite, like, plant color is dark green. And this guy is also really easy growing. Like I said, it's grow all these new leaves, and there's like another new grow coming out right here. Yeah, so when people, I remember on the Facebook post, someone comment that like, oh, is there like a Hoya that just doesn't do anything for you? And I noticed a lot of people like put diversifolia, and I'm like, what? This plant is so gorgeous. How could people say it? But, you know, we all have different preference and opinion, right? So that's totally fine. But I'm just telling you that for me, I freaking like, I love this plant. So yep. And I like how it's grow like this because the grow light, it's like right, like, so this is the plant, the grow light is like right here. And that's why all the foliage is growing on this side, which I don't mind. So yeah, so I want to show you, so this is the diversifolia, right? So I want to show you and other diversifolia I also get from Coco Ranch Hoya. So like I said, I'm a hoarder. If people like plants, I'm gonna get multiple of them. But yeah, this is another diversifolia. It's the same species that I got from Susan. Yeah, and I suspect that they look really similar. I suspect that they come from the same other plants, but you know, I can never be sure. But yeah, so this one kind of have like a long vine, and then it's under a different growing environment. So as you can see, this one I have it in barky mixture, and then you know, like I said, the grow light it's about like 45 degree from it. And this one I actually have it in Necker, and the grow light it's right on top of it, so you can see how the growing structures are all different. So this is one thing that I like to do. I know I said that I'm a hoarder, that's why I hoard multiple plants, but I really also like to experiments. Like that's my favorite thing to do about plants. It's just to like single out some variables, like trying out different growing environment to see like what kind of growing environment you know would you know would cause like different appearance or different like growth structure or performance, like or growth speed, you know, of the plants. So this is one of the experiments I do. Like it's a barky mixture, and this is a lacquer, and obviously, you know, the lights make a big difference on how the plants actually grow. So I think it's just interesting to show you. They're both diversifolia, but they look so different, and that's the fun thing about Hoyas is or like plants is like, you know, yeah, it could be the same species, but based on the genetics and the growing environment, like the two same species plants can look completely different. So I just love, you know, to experience with plants. All right, y'all. So I told you that the diversifolia is definitely one of the top two of, you know, out of all the green succulent foliage plant. It's like the favorite of my favorites, right? So the next one, it's also one of the top two. So it's between this one and the diversifolia. And that guy has been sitting behind me the whole time, if you have been paying attention. And this is my, ta-da, Hoya loveosa. Oh, look at how beautiful she is. So Hoya loveosa, I got this from Gardena Nursery a while ago. I forgot, maybe like almost a year ago, I want to say, but I'm not sure. Anyway, this one was in my other Hoya collection video, and I just can't get over how dark green and succulent the leaves are, and also how good it grows. So you can see, first of all, I love it growing structure. It's grown this like woody, like fan-shaped leaves, like, you know, like fan-shaped, like this. And yeah, and you can see like, you know, there's like the new leaves are like a little bit more bronzy. You can see some like tiny new growth coming out right here, coming up right there. These are all new leaves, and the vine is just like whoops everywhere. So yeah, I haven't been paying attention to these plants at all. I know, like I say it all the time, but but like I'm not the kind of plants parent that would like fuss over the plants all the time. Plus, I feel like for Hoyas wise, like the least you fuss over them, the better it grows. And this is definitely the case for this guy. So now this guy is sitting, I would say the grow light is here, and then this guy is here. And I just water it maybe once every 10 days to 14 days actually, because of how succulent it is. And then it's also in a plastic pot, and it's still in its original, what do you call that, medium. So it's like not as bulky as like my homemade medium. So I don't even water it like that often at all. And I fertilize it maybe once every 2 to 3 weeks at most, sometimes once a month. But yeah, no, so it just has been growing. Like I haven't paid attention to it for a while, and then when I look at it, I just see all this boom, like all this like new leaves. I'm like, well, where does this all come from? But you know, I'm not complaining, by the way. I'm really happy, and that's why this is like one of my favorite plants. So like I said, I love the green succulent, dark green succulent leaves, and you can see the loveosa leaves get pretty big, right? So I put my hand right here. This is not even the bigger leaves, right? So put my hand right here, it's like my palm. And also like they're quilted, so mean that it have this like little texture on there. I just really love it. So this side literally also, this is a bigger leaves, as you can see, like it's pretty big. It's as big as my hands. But yeah, no, this is literally my favorite plant just because it just combined all my all my favorite thing. It's like it's green, it's dark green. I like dark inky green. It's succulent. It have this like beautiful like, you know, quilted texture, and it's really easy growing. It thrive in like neglect to some level, like not like completely, you know, neglecting it, but like, yeah, I love this baby. So yeah, here, enjoy. Look at how much it grew. Like all the like bronzy leaves are just coming out, and this vine, it just woo. So yep. Also not too easy to find anymore, to be honest. None of the Hoyas are easy to find anymore. Just because of everyone is like really into Hoyas now. It's a great thing, don't get me wrong. But yeah, if you get a chance to you know, get your hands on one of this, you must. So what you think? I know that like this is not like something that, you know, everyone like enjoy a lot. Most of the time people would tell me, oh, it's just green leaves, right? There's something special about this plant, right? But in my opinion, like all the plants are special. Like every plant is special. They grow the way that they are because that's where they come from. Like that's what gives them the most edge to survive in nature. So I think you know, we have to appreciate like, you know, every little, you know, bit of it. And of course, you know, we all have our own preference, and that's completely okay. And my preference happen to be like green succulent leaves. I know you guys are sick of hearing me say green succulent leaves, but that's you know, what I like. So let's recap really quick, all right? So we have the Hoya seductor, formerly known, I don't know why I can't say it. Formerly known as Hoya propagation white dragon, like a lighter green, succulent leaves, really super easy to grow and fast growing Hoyas. Next one, it's a propaganx cultivar, the Hoya propaganx jungle garden, and you know, I really like it just because like, you know, unlike most propagation cultivar, it have this like round leaf shape, which I'm really into. And also it's really easy growing as well because it's a propagation cultivar. All right, so the third one I have is this really interesting named one called Hoya Dr. Ibok, a Susan Schwarzweger cultivar. Green succulent, like a lighter green succulent leaves with very subtle veining. You can see it. Also super easy to grow, and it just this like long leaf shape is beautiful. All right, so next is one of my top twos. I got two of those. Actually, I got three of those, but I'll show you this too. So this is the Hoya diversifolia, and you can see also it's like pretty succulent, and the more light you give it, the darker it gets, and also it will develop some splash. So you can see the comparison with the older leaves. It's darker because I'm giving it a lot more light, I think. And this is also a diversifolia, but the grow light is placed directly on top of it. That's why the growth structure looks really different than this one. All right, last but not least, okay, my favorite baby, my favorite big baby, Hoya loveosa. Love the green big leaves. You see how big the leaves is, and also it's quilted and it's so dark, and it's this like fan shaped growth structure. It just, oh, every bit of it, it's captured my heart. All right, cool. All right, so that's all I have got for you today. I hope you like this video. I hope you you know, learn some new species, or if you have any of this species at your home, I would love to have you to share your experience in the comment below. As always, if you like this video, make sure you click like. If you want more future video, make sure you click subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye.